celebrating all things cool in Jacksonville. A local show with a spotlight on the 904. With hosts Eden Kendall and Mark Payton, featuring amazing stories from every neighborhood with Rance Adams. This is River City Live.
We have some of those amazing stories from every neighborhood for you today, I think.
We always do.
Do we?
Speaking of amazing stories, let's talk about you being amazing and what you did over the weekend with doing the Spartan runs and all that. How are you healing?
Stop calling me amazing. Stop it.
How are you healing? Because your arms, they were pretty beat up and you're in long sleeves.
Yeah, every day, long sleeves for the rest of the week, I think.
We should get those, you know, those little sleeves with the tattoos.
I would love some.
Oh, and the only time Eden will be inked.
That would be great. That would be awesome. Okay, so a couple of things I wanted to mention. Speaking of the fact that it's pretty warm out there in long sleeves, but there also doesn't seem to be a lot of smoke right now. But don't let that fool you. There are still massive fires happening. The West Mims fires are being fought furiously. We wanted to help over at 99.9 Gator Country and 96.1 WEJZ, and this is continuing. But today we took our first load to Waycross, to the warehouses there, of the things that we're told that the volunteers and the firefighters up at the lines need. Things like soft drinks, believe it or not, things like sunblock, bug spray, over-the-counter pain relievers. I saw some Prilosec in that bag, lots and lots of baby wipes. Our friends over at Home Depot brought over boxes and boxes of things, crackers, you name it, and we loaded it all up. There's Steve Sutton and Amadeus kind of getting it all squared away.
Where's Eden Kendall?
I was about to say.
Someone had to take the video.
Oh, is that what we call? Oh, you know what? I do recognize your shooting style. That is easy.
But it wasn't just us. Also, our friends over at 96.1 WEJZ, Arthur Crofton and Yvonne Velasquez helped us out too. They were loading stuff up as well.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, that's great you guys are doing that. And, you know, again, just because we don't see it right now,
that's my
it's
point.
still happening. And just imagine it's so hot out there and you're battling the elements and then also a fire at the same time. So that's great you guys are doing that.
Can people, like, contribute to you guys and
definitely.
donate to you guys and let you guys do the work?
Tell you what, you can hit us up at rivercitylivetv.com and we'll post the link to 99.9 Gator Country, and that's where you can go and you can obviously get the information there. But just think about things that would keep you comfortable in a similar situation, and they could certainly use some of
help out our first responders that are doing so much.
We'll take it for you because we have that spiffy van and everything.
It's pretty sharp.
Looks like a big alligator driving through traffic. You got to do that.
I definitely know who you are.
You got to do that. But you had the big performance last night, right?
The Little Diva got to shine last night, and it was the name escaped me. It was like the Bounty Buccaneers or whatever. She was actually a sailor. They played a trick on some pirates, and she had some big lines, and she did really, really well. The only thing, remember yesterday I was like, represent me well, right?
Yeah.
The only thing, at the end of the performance, they announce their names and they all get like a chance to go do their curtsy or bow. She dabbed.
No.
She dabbed. And then afterwards, she had the gall to come up to me afterwards like, see what I did? So she did well. Congratulations on your performance. Kill the dabbing. Come on. That's so 2014.
Why don't you show everybody watching who doesn't know what that looks like?
So she goes up and they're like, Tyler Adams.
Yes.
I mean, and she held it.
So were you mad because that's just two last year, or are you mad because it's like not a curtsy?
I can get a curtsy, whatever, but it's so passé. Come on.
That's the reason. That's the only reason.
We got to get hip. I mean, I'm out of touch, but you expect that from me. But, you know, you're supposed to be plugged in the trends, little one.
Yeah,
but, you know, she was cute. All the class did a great job. So kudos to them and what they did. It was a great night.
So cute.
Oh, yeah. So.
Adorable. She's a performer. I say that now. She's a Disney kid.
Oh, yeah.
And you've got all the athletes.
Yeah, well, you know, speaking of dabbing, that's a no-no in my house. Any access celebration, whenever my kids are doing it, I'm on the side of them like, and then they just like shake hands with everybody, you know, yeah.
What is that? Act like you've been there before?
Yeah, and usually they're pretty good about it. And, you know, obviously they're kids, and if they get excited in the moment doing it, absolutely, but no, like I won't tolerate that.
I'm waiting for the day, because Kyle is your oldest and he's really taking to soccer and all that stuff. I'm waiting for the day he gets over exuberant, rips his shirt off Cristiano Ronaldo style and runs to the corner flag.
There are those, like the moments of like where he'll jump up and do something weird and then he'll like get his composure and start like slapping five. And I get that because you're in the moment. Now yesterday it was really cool. It's the last week of soccer, so the parents and coaches got to take on the kids. And I cannot walk today. Because here's the thing, I'm in okay shape, but I haven't like sprinted. I haven't played soccer in like 25 years.
You're not in 9-year-old boy shape.
Exactly. And well, then the other part too, if a ball comes like torso height and you can't trap it, you can't hit with your head, you try to get a leg up on it. And these hamstrings don't move like they used to. And they're definitely not moving today.
Somebody needs some yoga.
Oh, I don't know what. I need an Advil and a bath. That's what I need right now. The kids won.
Oh,
the kids
really?
won. Yeah.
You guys
They'll
let them
cherish
win?
that. They'll cherish that memory of seeing Daddy out there just looking rough.
I think the dads and the moms. There were some moms out there that were really bringing it. Like I was like, whoa. But I think the parents started out really strong, and then we just didn't have the win, and it was getting hot out there, and a lot of us had jobs before, so we were tired.
Did you have a heads up that this game was going down, or did it just happen?
It was like a 24-hour notice.
Okay. Because we know you well enough to know that you would have been out with the Armada training if we would have known this was going to be happening.
You are correct. And I'm a little disappointed in this. Yeah, last minute I just put on any old outfit and I didn't put that much into that. Well, normally I would have something planned out where I look cooler, and yeah, I would have practiced a little more.
I think you would have. But
I would
again,
have stretched.
But again, both of those things, the picture of Tyler, these are fond memories that you'll always have. And these memories, when you look back on them, they might make you happier and more positive in life, right?
And that brings us to this survey that just came out, and it was by Nature Human Behavior. And this is really important, that if you are stressed out or you're in a bad mood, that's what could pull you out of a funk, is by really calling up those old memories. And they did a study, and the study is kind of crazy. They took the participants and they took their hands into ice water, filled up so they had pain. The people that were asked to call up positive memories had a better experience with basically being tortured by the cold ice, and they kind of healed faster from it. Like they weren't like dwelling on, oh, that was horrible, that was awful. The other people that were just in the moment concentrating on that stress and that pain, they were the ones that talked about it being just a horrible experience. So that's the idea.
Yeah.
Staying positive, go and channel your positive memories if you're having a stressful day, because really it pulls you out of it altogether.
I'll do you one better. I have an appointment at 12:30 for cryotherapy over at Sports Annex. And it's 3 minutes if you've never experienced this of like
Well, I saw Star Wars, and it's what happened to Han Solo, basically.
Right, exactly. So I'll try to remember something fondly during that time. I'll try to
I've
have
done the cryo.
Yeah, but what did you think? You probably thought the whole time about how miserable you were, right?
No, actually, since I was the only one there, I was talking to somebody. I'd done it for a segment, and we just talked the whole time until I was distracted. So I didn't really have a chance to focus. But yeah, if you focus on it for a second, because like you have to turn like every 10, 15 seconds, isn't that right? I mean,
it's like you're like a big potato.
Like,
you have to turn just to make sure like you get like all
But
thawed
I want to test out this theory today.
What's your happy memory?
I'm going to think about that.
We'll try to think of one with us, so we
Yeah.
can talk
Should
about
I?
it tomorrow. Yeah, there's a million of them, Eden.
I remember today at 11 a.m. we were talking about.
Actually, that might cause it to really freeze down.
Yeah, exactly. She's like, I gotta get out. This is horrible. It's gonna stress you out, and then you're just gonna
Okay,
prove
then
the study.
if it doesn't work for that, I'll think about it while I'm doing my least favorite thing in the world, which is laundry.
Oh, yeah.
Lots and lots of laundry when you have teenagers, and lots of laundry if you go to the gym on a regular basis, right?
Oh, yeah, because I've been trying to get into that gym workout mode. I've been doing pretty well with it, but I do mine early in the morning. So I go work out, and then my bag sits in the car for a while, and it hasn't been super hot, but
It's been hot enough for bad things to happen, though.
So yeah, and then I bring it home, and the missus looks at me like, that is your responsibility, because things tend to get a little ripe. So there's been a bag that's been created. It's called the Paxil, and it's a self-cleaning bag that uses UV light and activated oxygen to kill off viruses, bacteria, and other microorganisms, making your clothes a whole lot fresher. Now, I don't know if they can get rid of some of the unfreshness in my bag, but hey, anything would help.
Well, you know what? Maybe you buy one of those and you also have a little fan of Febreze or something like that to kick in there, and I think you're good to go.
I don't know if there's enough Febreze in the world.
When you told me you wanted to talk about this, I thought you zipped it up and then it was like a washing machine and it would be
Oh, no.
in there, so it's using ultraviolet.
It's zapping, and it's probably more for the bacteria. You can choose different
but
times.
That's what makes it smell bad. Right?
Oh, really? I thought it was my natural essence. But so you can choose different times, 15, 25, or 30 minutes, depending on the type of item you're sanitizing, so you can do multiple items. But this is actually a really interesting concept. I mean, it's about $240, but if you're somebody that goes to the gym a lot, you want to preserve your bag and everything that's in the bag. Now, if there's a way to kind of freeze my soap and stuff so it doesn't melt in the car, awesome. But I don't think that's capable at this point. But and you can also use it for laptops, books, even food safe.
Well, yeah, because it's UV light, so that wouldn't hurt anything. I think that if you are in a sport where you have a lot of gear, it's perfect for that as well, because you can't really wash like boxing gloves or like lacrosse or hockey. Shoes would be a great one.
Even if you bring them into the house, like I mentioned my teenagers, if you had a little, I had 4 or 5 18-year-old boys in the house yesterday just hanging out, and I'm sure that those shoes don't smell that great. I didn't walk in the room where they had all their shoes off, but you could put it right in your doorway, and everyone could take their shoes off and slide it in. I'll go ahead and zap your shoes if you just want to put them like that.
Well, let's bring it one, farther than that. Rather than just your shoes, can we get this in my house?
That's what I mean.
Can I put a UV light in the restroom?
The entire house?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, let's really blow this up. Or inside my car.
Or your garage. Because once all your boys start getting to athletics, you're gonna have lines of shoes and gear, and you're just like, put it here. Here's a one-stop shop, a big tool shed, and just let it zap it.
You know what I let go right by us, though, because I didn't want to give you too hard of a time? Your soap melting, because I feel like liquid soap would be a good solution for that. But I'm just saying.
Just throw that one out there. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I'm enlightened.
I've got a cool story for you, too. If you steal little soaps, little shampoos, little things that they give you in the hotels, the body lotions, don't feel bad anymore. You're actually helping this world of ours. I know, right? Recent reports revealed that hotel guests leave behind millions of half-used soaps and shampoo bottles, which are then sent off to landfills. You know, they gather them all up, they get thrown away, versus if you go ahead and take with you what you don't use and use it up and then put it in your recycle bin.
Oh, okay.
It's far better for this planet of ours if you do that.
Do you feel guilty, though, like when you do take that stuff? Because I feel like you've paid for it.
I don't feel guilty. I've gone down and asked for more. If it's a brand I really like, I'll go to the desk and I'll just say, hey, can I have a few more? And frankly, if I had a collection of those, this would be the time that I would wrap them all up and bring them to the collection for the firefighters and so forth
that's
like
a good
that.
point, yeah.
So it's good to have those things. You can put them in care packages and whatever, but I don't ever feel guilty.
And not that they would need it, but like some of the robes and towels that I have.
Okay,
I
that
can also,
is not supposed to take.
Oh, that's frowned upon?
That is frowned upon.
I can tell you for a fact that's frowned upon, because in college, not me, some people on our team, we played college soccer, just road tripped all over and didn't stay in some of the nicest places. But every now and then, you know how college life is. You're a couple of dollars short. Guys that came out with just bathroom linen closets full of stuff. It's like, dude, where'd you get that? Oh, it was in the hotel. You can't take that.
Yours.
And it was all good until one hotel called us and banned us forever. So.
Well, okay, so speaking of college sports, what we used to do for football, we would have this mesh bag that you would put like your football equipment in for them to wash it. And you'd have one every day. Well, people would be smart and start loading your regular laundry in there. So then next day when you come back, you get your bag and it had your number on it, your football number. It would have your football jersey for practice, your pants, socks, and then it would have like your underwear and shirts for the next day to wear. So we got wise for a while until it was time, not to do it anymore. And the coach yelled at us and we had to run forever.
I feel like I need to stop both of you before we get into every confession you have. I just really do.
So one time? No.
Well, you've got a confession, don't you?
No, I actually am going to keep on moving on. The forward momentum. I did a DIY project I wanted to share with everybody today. So the famous Chia Pet, everybody knows what those are, right? Do we all know what those are? I'm going to show you if you don't. Well, I thought it would be fun to make my own. I grabbed the girl child, I grabbed my phone, I made a video and a Chia Pet. Take a look.
There's a new pet.
Chia.
Chia Pets, the pottery that grows. And now Chia Garfield. And
Scooby-Dooby-Doo.
she's a Chia Pet too.
Those adorable Chia Pets, don't you just want to give them a hug? But you don't have to send any money or stop by your local drugstore. You can make your own. Here are some things you'll need. A glue gun, chia seeds, pantyhose, arts and crafty stuff like googly eyes and pom-poms. You know, the usual. First, you'll take the chia seeds and soak them overnight. The next step, cut off the toe of the pantyhose. Spread the chia seeds inside the pantyhose wherever you think you'd like the hair to grow. Fill it with potting soil. Tie it off. Place it in one of those terracotta little plate thingies you saw earlier. And get creative.
Tu manges.
How cute.
How cute.
That's what we're going with.
I'm gonna have nightmares the rest of my life for that.
How many days did that take?
Too many.
8 days of magic.
Oh my gosh.
For some reason, that just seems like it fell short of what was advertised.
Super cute. It was super cute. Maybe you didn't get a good look.
That is
Look
so
how
scary
cute.
looking.
That thing looks like it needs some Rogaine or something.
Soulless eyes.
That's the one. That's the one the girl child made. The one I made is next to it, and it never sprouted.
So there's no green thumb at the Kendall household.
I mean, look, it's got a little bed.
Eden, that should be your new Facebook profile picture. Hashtag nailed it. Wow, that's scary.
Boy. Wow, what can
I'll
I
give you
say?
props for trying it, but
Do you?
well, yeah, because it's an experiment. I mean, it's a totally perfect science experiment. So you had an hypothesis, you had a procedure, and it failed.
And a result.
Well, you know what? It didn't fail as far as it grew hair.
It grew.
Yeah.
It just was a frightening concept.
Like how he had a little patch down here.
It's going through puberty.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Look at those dead eyes. Oh, man.
the eyes got further apart, I think.
Yeah, because of the growth.
They
All
got
that
further
needs is
apart.
fangs right now.
Yes.
That's all further torture.
Well, all right. Much more to come on River City Live. Stick around.